Hi there. I'm going to try to keep today short, continuing on the intentional living theme that I started a couple of days ago, because this is sort of the time of year. I think that a lot of us start to get introspective because we're spending more time indoors. We have the New Year's resolutions and promises to ourselves that are coming up as well. So I think it's probably just that time of year. And it's a good time for us to reflect back on what's worked, what hasn't worked, what we would like to be more intentional about in the future, whether that's planning our years, our months, our weeks, our days, how we spend our money, how we spend our time, all of those little pieces. And today I specifically wanted to talk a little bit on the intentional spending of money. One of my favorite podcasts, I should say, is Afford Anything. And Paula's opening line is something that I have lived by for years. And when I heard her actually say it on her podcast, I was like, oh my God, this is my podcast. Because that all just resonates with me so much. And what she says is you can afford anything, but you can't afford everything. And her podcast is really built around that from the aspect of time, the aspect of money. And that really requires being intentional with how we spend our money and coming up with the proper wording on how we choose to say no to something. And that's a part that I struggle with quite a bit is, for example, I don't like to spend money on eating out. I enjoy spending time with family. I enjoy spending money on experiences or travel, but eating to me is a necessary evil, I guess you could say. It's not something that brings me great joy, and I don't necessarily want to spend my money in that area. I'd rather spend, save that $15 for a book or maybe a museum or something like that. And so I still I still continue to struggle with how to properly word that so that when friends or family ask me, hey, would you like to go out to eat? It's not a matter of I can't afford it. It's I don't place value on going out to eat, except I totally place value on my friends and my family. So part of that's just restructuring how it's said, but then also figuring out what an alternative thing would be. Is it playing games? Is it having a potluck? Is it doing a picnic? Anything like that. And so I would love if you have figured out like the perfect wording when you are intentionally wanting to not spend money in a specific area, not using the phrase, I can't afford it, because that may not actually be the case. Could be the case, but may not be. How to better say that. And then I would also love if you'd leave in the comments below, what are some ways that you are intentional with your money? Are there certain podcasts you enjoy listening to that kind of help keep you on the path? Are there certain practices? Are there certain tools, certain apps? A lot of people, for example, love Mint, for keeping track of their finances. Do you use the cash method? I would absolutely love to know. So write it in the comments. If there's something in particular you'd like to share privately, feel free to contact me through my website. I so appreciate all of you who have been watching along and also doing this challenge with me. All right, have a fantastic day.